Welcome, dear listener, to the oral tapestry. Tonight, as the fire breathes softly and the world outside settles into its quietest hours, we turn our gaze from the land to the shimmering, mysterious depths of the water. For centuries, across every ocean, river, and lake, humanity has woven tales of beings who dwell beneath the waves, the mermaid archetype. These are stories of profound longing and existential choice, of wild freedom and hidden worlds, of beauty and the powerful, often unfathomable spirit of the water itself. If these tales bring you comfort, please consider subscribing to our channel and join our growing family around this timeless hearth. Find your coziest spot. Let your body sink deeply into whatever holds you. Release the day, release your thoughts, and simply listen. Our journey begins in the cold, clear waters off the coast of Denmark. A tale of yearning and transformation. A story that reminds us of the profound cost of dreams and the vastness of the sea's embrace. It is the story of the Little Mermaid. Long, long ago, far beneath the deepest blue of the ocean, where the water was as clear as crystal and the currents danced with shimmering fish, stood the magnificent coral castle of the Sea King. He lived there with his wise old mother and his 6 beautiful daughters, the youngest of whom possessed a spirit as boundless as the ocean itself, with eyes as blue as the deepest sea. She was known simply as the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid loved nothing more than to explore the hushed ruins of old shipwrecks and to listen to her grandmother's tales of the mysterious world above the waves. She yearned for the day she would turn 15, for that was when she would be allowed to ascend to the surface and gaze upon the realm of humans. Finally, the day arrived. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues, the Little Mermaid rose through the clear water. She saw a grand ship ablaze with 100 lanterns and heard the joyous music of a birthday celebration. On board, she beheld a handsome young prince dancing and laughing. She watched him, mesmerized by his vitality, until a terrible storm suddenly broke. The ship was tossed and broken, and the prince was cast into the churning waves. The Little Mermaid, with all her strength, swam to him, pulling him to shore, saving his life from the relentless sea. She watched over him until a young maiden from a nearby temple found him. And then, with a heart already heavy with an unfamiliar longing, she slipped back into the depths. From that day on, the world above became her deepest yearning. She would sit for hours on the ocean rocks, gazing at the distant shore, dreaming of the prince and the enigmatic human world. Her wise grandmother revealed a profound truth. Humans possessed immortal souls that ascended to heaven after death, while mermaids, upon their passing, simply dissolved back into the sea foam. The only path for a mermaid to gain an immortal soul was to be truly loved by a human and to marry him. Desperate, the Little Mermaid sought out the Sea Witch, a powerful and fearsome creature who dwelled in a dark, swirling part of the ocean. The Sea Witch offered her a potion that would grant her legs, but at a terrible, soul-altering price. Her beautiful voice would be taken, and every step she took on land would feel like walking on sharp knives. Furthermore, if the prince did not marry her, she would turn into sea foam at dawn on the third day after his marriage to another, with a heavy heart, but a determined spirit willing to wager her very existence for a chance at an eternal soul. The little mermaid drank the potion. She felt a searing pain, a profound transformation, and then her tail split into 2 graceful legs. She swam to the surface, where the prince found her. Though he was captivated by her silent beauty, he did not know she had saved him, believing the temple maiden was his rescuer. The little mermaid lived in the prince's palace, dancing for him with a grace that masked her constant pain. She longed to tell him her truth, to confess her sacrifice, but her voice was gone. The prince grew fond of her, cherishing her as a silent companion, but his heart, unknowingly, belonged to the maiden he believed had saved his life. Finally, the prince announced his marriage to the temple maiden. The little mermaid's heart broke, knowing her fate was sealed, her desperate gamble lost. But her sisters, rising from the sea, brought her a magical knife from the sea witch. "If you kill the prince and let his blood touch your feet," they cried, "you will become a mermaid again and live." The little mermaid crept to the prince's cabin, knife in hand, the ultimate choice before her. But as she looked at his sleeping face, her love for him, pure and selfless even in her despair, prevented the act. She threw the knife into the waves, and as the first rays of dawn touched the sea, she threw herself overboard, dissolving into shimmering sea foam. But instead of vanishing, she felt herself lifted by gentle, unseen beings, the daughters of the air. They told her that because of her selfless love, her profound sacrifice, and the purity of her heart, she had earned a chance to gain an immortal soul. After 300 years of good deeds, she would rise to heaven. And so, the little mermaid, now a spirit of the air, began her long, gentle journey, watching over those who loved the sea, her longing transformed into a quiet, hopeful peace, a transcendence beyond earthly love. And so, the tale of the little mermaid reminds us of the profound beauty of longing, the bittersweet pain of sacrifice, and the enduring hope for a soul's transcendence. Let the gentle currents of the ocean carry your thoughts to rest. Now let us travel to the rugged, windswept coasts of Scotland and Ireland, where the sea meets the land in a dance of mist and waves, and where tales are told of beings whose very essence spans 2 incompatible worlds. This is the story of the Selkie along the wild, rocky shores of the Scottish Isles, where the waves crash against ancient cliffs and the wind sings old songs. There are legends of the Selkies. These are not mermaids with fishtails, but seal folk, graceful, sleek seals in the water, who, when they come ashore, can shed their skin and reveal their human form. They are beings of profound duality, forever drawn to both the terrestrial and the boundless, liquid expanse of the sea. The stories often speak of their ethereal beauty in human guise, their eyes deep and dark like the ocean itself, and their hearts filled with a quiet melancholy, an unshakable longing for the vast, free expanse of the sea that is their true home. One such tale tells of a young fisherman, Hamish, who lived in a small cottage by the sea. He was a quiet, thoughtful man, deeply attuned to the rhythms of the ocean. One moonlit night, as he walked along a secluded beach, he witnessed a sight that would forever alter his life. A group of seals came ashore, shed their skins, and transformed into beautiful men and women who began to dance and sing under the pale moonlight. Among them was a Selkie woman, more captivating than any human he had ever seen. Her hair like dark seaweed, her eyes like the deepest ocean depths. Hamish, captivated by her otherworldly grace, made a fateful, selfish choice. He hid the skin of this most beautiful Selkie woman, for he had fallen deeply in love with a love that defied the boundaries of his world. When the sun began to rise, the other Selkies gathered their skins and returned to the sea. But the beautiful Selkie woman searched frantically, her eyes wide with a primal fear. My skin, where is it?" Hamish stepped forward, holding her seal skin. "Forgive me," he said, his voice trembling with a love born of desire and possession. "I have hidden your skin, for I love you. Please, stay with me and be my wife." The Selkie woman, seeing her very essence held captive, had no true choice. She agreed to marry Hamish, and they lived together in his cottage. She was a good wife, and in time they had children who were strong and healthy, with soft, dark eyes that seemed to hold the secrets of the sea, a constant reminder of their mother's hidden nature. Hamish loved her dearly, and he kept her seal skin hidden, locked away in a chest, for he feared that if she ever found it, she would inevitably return to the sea, and he would lose her. Though she was kind and gentle, Hamish's wife often gazed out at the ocean with a wistful, profound longing in her eyes. She would sing soft, melancholic songs to her children, melodies of the deep sea and the unburdened freedom of the waves, a yearning that echoed in her very soul. The children, sensing her unspoken sorrow, would sometimes ask, "Mother, why do you look so sad when you gaze at the sea?" One day, years later, one of their children, playing in the cottage, discovered a hidden key. Curious, they opened the old chest, and there, folded neatly, was a sleek, dark sealskin. The child, innocent and unknowing, brought it to their mother. When Hamish's wife saw her skin, a profound, undeniable longing filled her eyes, a call from her true home that had never truly left her. She picked it up, stroked it, and a deep sigh, a release of years of yearning, escaped her lips. She looked at her children, tears welling in her eyes, a bittersweet farewell in her gaze. "My darlings," she whispered, "I love you more than words can say. But my true home, my very being, calls me." She wrapped herself in her seal skin, and in a shimmering, ancient transformation, she became a seal once more. With a final, sorrowful look at her children, a silent promise of enduring connection, she slipped out of the cottage, across the sand, and plunged into the waves, returning to the vast, free world of the ocean, where her spirit could finally find its true peace. Hamish and his children watched from the shore, heartbroken by the loss, yet understanding the inescapable pull of her nature. They often saw a beautiful seal playing near the rocks, and sometimes she would come close enough for them to see her deep, dark eyes, full of both love and the wild, untamed spirit of the sea. They knew she was finally whole in her true home, even if it meant living apart, forever touched by the magic of two worlds. The Selkie reminds us of the pull of our true nature, the bittersweet longing for freedom, and the enduring connection between love and the profound act of letting go. Let the gentle ebb and flow of the tides lull you to sleep. Now let us drift eastward to the rivers and lakes of Slavic lands, where the water spirits are beautiful, ethereal, and their songs carry a hint of ancient sorrow, born of tragic fates. This is the tale of the Rusalki. In the quiet, moonlit nights of Slavic lands, by the banks of winding rivers and the shores of still lakes, whispers are carried on the breeze about the Rusalki. These are beautiful, often melancholic water spirits, frequently depicted as young women with long, flowing green hair, their skin pale and luminous like the water itself. Some say they are the restless spirits of young maidens who met a tragic, often untimely, end in the water, their souls forever bound to the rivers and lakes that claimed them. The Rusalki are known for their enchanting, yet deeply sorrowful songs. Their voices are like the murmur of the river, the rustle of reeds, or the soft sigh of the wind through willow branches. A haunting beauty that draws one closer, not always with malice, but with an ancient, irresistible longing. They dance in moonlit clearings, their movements as fluid as the water, their laughter like the bubbling of a spring, often masking a profound sadness. They are deeply connected to the natural world, especially to water and the plants that grow near it. They protect the fish and the water lilies, and their presence brings a strange, ethereal beauty to the quiet, wild places, while some tales speak of their mischievous or even dangerous nature, luring travelers with their beauty into the depths. Others portray them as figures of eternal longing and quiet sadness, forever seeking something lost, a peace that eludes them. They are drawn to human music and dance, and sometimes a kind soul might leave a gift of flowers or ribbons by the riverbank to honor them, seeking to soothe their restless spirits. Imagine, if you will, a warm summer evening. A young man, burdened by a heavy heart, wanders to the river's edge, seeking solace in the quiet solitude. He sits beneath a weeping willow, its branches dipping into the water, and sighs, releasing the day's anxieties. Suddenly, a melody, impossibly beautiful and achingly sad, rises from the river. It is a song of longing, of ancient sorrow, and of the profound, accepting peace of the water. He sees a shimmering form beneath the surface, a Rusalki, her green hair flowing around her like water weeds, her eyes reflecting the moon with a deep, knowing melancholy. She does not try to lure him, but simply sings, her voice weaving a spell of tranquility around him, a shared understanding of life's inherent sadness. He listens, captivated, And as the song continues, his own worries begin to dissolve, carried away by the gentle current of the music. The sadness in the song mirrors his own, but also offers a strange comfort, a sense of profound connection with the ancient, enduring spirit of the water. He closes his eyes, letting the melody wash over him, feeling the coolness of the night air, the soft rustle of the leaves, and the quiet acceptance of all things. When he opens his eyes again, the Rusalki is gone, and the river flows silently. But a deep sense of peace remains in his heart. The song taught him that even sorrow can possess a profound beauty, and that in the quiet acceptance of nature's embrace, there is a deep and lasting calm, a solace for the weary soul. The Rusalki reminds us of the ethereal beauty of water spirits, the haunting power of melancholic song, and the deep, often sorrowful connection between human emotion and the natural world. Let the gentle flow of the river carry you to rest. Next, we journey to the vibrant, lush rainforests of Brazil, to the mighty Amazon River, where a beautiful and captivating spirit dwells beneath the emerald canopy, embodying the river's wild allure. This is the tale of Iara, in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where the river flows wide and deep, and the trees reach for the sky in a vibrant tapestry of life, lives the enchanting Iara. She is a beautiful and powerful water spirit, often described as a woman with long, dark hair, skin the color of a river stone, and eyes that shimmer like the water's surface, holding the secrets of the depths. Some legends say she was once a brave warrior, transformed into a water spirit by the moon and the river itself, forever bound to its currents. Iara is known for her mesmerizing beauty and her irresistible song. Her voice is like the gentle lapping of waves against a canoe, the soft murmur of the current, or the distant, alluring call of a jungle bird at twilight. She often sits on rocks at sunset, combing her long hair, her beauty reflecting in the water. And when she sings, her melody drifts through the forest, drawing all who hear it closer into a dreamlike trance. She is a guardian of the river, and her presence embodies the wild, untamed spirit of the Amazon. Those who respect the river and its creatures, who understand its delicate balance, might find themselves blessed by her, perhaps finding an abundance of fish or a safe passage through treacherous waters. But those who are greedy, who exploit the river, or who fail to heed its warnings, might find themselves hopelessly lost in its depths, drawn by her irresistible allure into a profound, eternal dream, from which they never truly awaken to the waking world. Imagine a young man, a seasoned fisherman, who has spent his entire life on the river. He knows its moods, its dangers, and its boundless gifts. One evening, as he paddles his canoe silently through a narrow, mist-shrouded channel, he hears a song, unlike any he has ever heard. It is a melody of pure enchantment, filling the humid air with a sweet, intoxicating beauty that speaks of ancient secrets and timeless peace. He feels an irresistible pull, a longing to follow the sound, a surrender something greater than himself. He paddles closer, and through the twilight mist, he sees her, Iara, sitting on a mossy rock, her hair flowing around her like a dark river, her eyes shining like stars reflected in the water. Her song is a lullaby of the jungle, a promise of eternal peace and profound connection to the wild heart of the world. He feels his eyelids grow heavy, his body relax, his mind release its grip on earthly concerns. The worries of the world, the demands of the day, all begin to fade away as her song wraps around him like a warm, silken net. He is not afraid, only deeply, profoundly at peace, drawn into the river's embrace, into a dream that feels more real than waking. He closes his eyes, letting the song carry him, not to danger, but to a place of profound rest, a dream woven from the river's ancient magic. He drifts, suspended between waking and sleeping, held by the Iara's gentle, mesmerizing melody, a timeless journey into the heart of the Amazon. The Iara reminds us of the powerful, mesmerizing beauty of nature, the allure of the unknown, and the profound surrender to forces greater than ourselves. Let the gentle, rhythmic flow of the great river carry you into the deepest sleep. Then we journey to the vibrant coasts of West Africa and the Afro-Diasporic world, where the ocean is alive with powerful spirits, and a majestic figure rules the waves, bringing both blessings and challenges, embodying the very essence of the deep. This is the story of Mami Wata along the shimmering shores of West Africa, and carried across the oceans to new lands are the legends of Mami Wata, Mother Water. She is a powerful, revered water spirit, often depicted as a beautiful woman with a fish tail, or sometimes as a serpent, her skin luminous, her hair long and dark, and her eyes captivating, holding the secrets of the deep. She is associated with wealth, healing, beauty, fertility, and the profound mysteries of the ocean's depths. Mami Wata is a spirit of duality, embodying both the nurturing and the dangerous aspects of water. She can bring immense fortune and prosperity to those who honor her with respect and devotion, bestowing gifts of beauty, charm, and success. But she also demands balance and reverence. Those who disrespect the water or break their promises to her may face her formidable, often transformative, wrath. Her presence is often felt in the shimmering of water, in the sudden calm before a storm, or in the unexpected appearance of a beautiful fish or snake. She is a guardian of the ocean's secrets, a dispenser of ancient wisdom, and a powerful force of nature, often appearing in dreams or visions. Imagine a young woman struggling in her life, who has always felt a deep, almost spiritual connection to the ocean. She spends her days by the shore, watching the waves, feeling their rhythmic pulse, seeking solace in their endless motion. One evening, as the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues of orange and purple, she sees a shimmering light on the water, a beacon of otherworldly power. From the waves emerges a figure of breathtaking beauty, Mami Wata. Her tail glistens, her jewels sparkle with an inner light, and her eyes hold the wisdom of the ages, a gaze that penetrates the soul. She does not speak with human words, but with a presence that communicates profound understanding and ancient power, offering a gentle, knowing smile. The young woman feels no fear, only a profound sense of peace and reverence, a deep recognition of the sacred. Mami Wata extends a hand, not to pull her into the depths, but to offer a single, shimmering seashell. As the young woman takes it, she feels a surge of calm, a quiet understanding of her own inner strength and worth. Mami Wata then slips back into the waves, leaving only ripples on the water and a lingering scent of the ocean's magic in the air. The young woman holds the seashell to her ear and hears not the roar of the ocean, but a soft, rhythmic whisper. Respect the water. Respect yourself. Find beauty in all things, and prosperity will flow from within. From that day on, the young woman lived with a renewed spirit. She honored the ocean. She found beauty and strength in her daily life, and she treated herself and others with deep respect. And slowly, gently, her life began to flourish, not through sudden riches, but through a deep sense of inner peace and abundance, a quiet blessing from Mami Wata, a testament to the power of self-worth and reverence for the sacred. Mami Wata reminds us of the ocean's generous spirit, the power of self-respect, and the blessings that come from honoring the natural world and our own inner divinity. Let the rhythmic pulse of the ocean guide you into deep, restorative sleep. Finally, we return to the Emerald Isle of Ireland, to the misty coasts and hidden coves, where another enchanting water folk dwell, guardians of ancient melodies and the deep, mysterious currents. This is a story of the Merrow along the rugged, beautiful coastline of Ireland, where the sea mists swirl and ancient castles cling to cliffs. Tales are told of the Merrow. These are the Irish merfolk, similar to mermaids, but often depicted with green hair, scales, and a special, often red, cap called a cohuline druth that allows them to travel between the sea and land. They are known for their ethereal beauty, their profound love of music, and their deep, clear voices that carry across the waves. Merrow are said to be gentle and kind, though sometimes mischievous, with a deep connection to the ancient, untamed spirit of the ocean. They are drawn to human music and dance, and occasionally a Merrow will fall in love with a human, leading to tales of bittersweet unions between two worlds, exploring the complexities of love that transcends boundaries. They are guardians of the sea's hidden treasures and its ancient, resonant songs. Imagine a quiet fishing village on the coast, where the sound of the waves is a constant, comforting companion. One evening, a young fisherman, skilled with his net, but with a heart full of yearning for a melody he couldn't quite grasp, was out late, mending his boat by the shore, his thoughts drifting with the tide. He heard it then, a song rising from the waves, impossibly clear and sweet, weaving through the salty air and settling into the very core of his being. It was a melody that that spoke of the ocean's deepest secrets, of shimmering coral gardens, of ancient shipwrecks, and the playful, timeless dance of dolphins. He looked out, and there, sitting on a smooth, black rock, was a Merrow. Her green hair cascaded around her like seaweed. Her eyes were like the clearest sea glass reflecting the moon. And her voice, oh, her voice, was pure magic, a siren's call of profound beauty. She was not trying to lure him to danger, but simply sharing her joy, her profound connection to the vast, living ocean, an invitation to understand a world beyond human ken. The fisherman, captivated, put down his tools and simply listened, his soul opening to the ancient music. He felt his own heart expand, his worries drift away with the ebb and flow of the tide. He understood in that moment the true music of the world, a harmony deeper and more ancient than any human tune, a rhythm that connected all life. The Merrow smiled, a gentle, knowing smile that held the wisdom of the deep. And then, with a graceful flick of her tail, she slipped back into the waves, leaving only the lingering echo of her song in the air, a melody that resonated within his very bones. From that night on, the fisherman's life was changed. He still fished, but now with a deeper reverence for the sea, understanding its profound mysteries. He began to hum the Merrow's melody, and his own songs, when he sang them, carried a new depth, a quiet magic that soothed all who heard them. He had learned to listen to the whispers of the ocean, to the unseen harmonies of the world, and in doing so, found a profound and lasting peace within himself, a connection to something ancient and eternal. The Merrow reminds us of the enchanting music of the sea, the beauty of hidden worlds, and the quiet harmony that connects us all to the vast, mysterious forces of nature. Let the gentle lull of the waves carry you into the deepest sleep, as these stories, woven from the oldest threads of human imagination, settle in your mind. Allow their gentle rhythms to soothe you. The crackle of the fire, the quiet whispers of the night, the ancient voices that have told these tales for generations. Let them wrap around you like a warm blanket. You are safe, you are warm, you are calm. The day is done, and the night holds only peace. Let your breath deepen, your body relax, and your mind drift. The oral tapestry will always be here, waiting for your return. For now, rest. Sweet dreams.